Well, it is a tough world out there. So how do you help your child be as successful and happy as possible? According to child psychiatrist Dr. Monique Jericho, one of the best things a parent can do is help their child develop strong self-esteem. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
So why don't we start right at the beginning? What are we talking about? Like, what actually is self-esteem?
Well, self-esteem refers to really how we think about ourselves, right? So if a child has positive self-esteem, they're going to feel good about themselves, they're going to be confident, and as a result, they're going to try more, they're going to do more.
Take some risks, maybe?
Take some risks, and hopefully meet with more successes, right?
Right.
Unfortunately, for a child who doesn't have good self-esteem, they're going to become a lot more reluctant, and they're probably not going to try as much because they're going to be afraid of failing.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And so over time, that can really add up in terms of the amount that a child with low self-esteem might avoid.
Right, they're going to be avoiding things.
Yeah.
What about in terms of how other people are going to be treating them if they have a really good self-esteem?
Yeah. When you have positive self-esteem and think highly of yourself, you're more likely to spend time with and attract other people who think well of you.
Ah.
The flip side of that is that if your child doesn't think well about themselves and has low self-esteem, they're most likely to be around other kids who might treat them poorly.
Ooh.
Right, and over time.
You don't want that. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So even things like bullying and things like that, right?
Definitely.
Right? If you've got a
Definitely.
kid that's strong and confident, they're not going to put up with that.
That's right.
And they won't become a target either. Right. Oh, fascinating. Okay, so this is the goal, but how do we get there?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the first thing you can do to help your child is help your child discover who they are.
Oh.
So you want your child to have a broad sense of self.
Okay.
So your child has to know that they're more than just a student or a hockey player. They have to know that they fulfill a number of functions in this world, that they have a lot of roles. So, you know, they're not just a student, for instance, they're also a son or a daughter, they're a friend.
Brother or sister.
Brother and sister, and because of that they have lots of skills and lots of strengths. And that way, if things don't go well in one area, so
Right.
so for instance they don't do well in an exam, that's not going to knock the legs out from under them.
Right, or you've got a soccer player that gets an injury and now they
Yep.
don't know what to do with themselves. But if
Correct.
they've got other areas of their lives that they're strong in, oh, okay, this totally makes sense. Okay, so make them well-rounded individuals. Okay, that's a good start. What else can parents do?
Well, the next one sounds really easy. It involves praising your child.
Right.
So I think we're all very good at pointing out when our children do things, you know, big things that are great, right? So if they
Yes.
get the top mark in something or they win an award. But I'm talking about praising the smaller stuff, right? Noticing if your child is kind to another child. Noticing if your child is extra patient with a project. When you point that out to your kids, they start to internalize a sense of value around those things. They start to kind of identify those certain traits with themselves and start to feel pride in that.
Oh, yes. Oh, okay, I like that as well.
Yeah.
All right, okay, so praise is good,
Yeah.
and all kinds of praise, yes.
Yep,
And
right.
what else?
So finally, you really want to make sure that when things go wrong, you do more than just point out that something has gone wrong.
Right, yes.
Usually your kid knows when they haven't met with expectations.
Right. They tend to know that, yes.
They do. But as a parent, you really want to take it to the next level. You want to talk with your child about how they're going to proceed next time, what they could do differently.
Oh, so make it like a learning experience.
Turn it into a learning experience. When you do that, you're really letting them know that you expect them to try again.
Right.
And that you think they can have a better result.
Right,
So instead of them walking away with just that negative sense of self, instead of them walking away feeling like they failed,
Right.
they walk away with new skills and some ideas of how they can build and grow.
And do things differently next time. Wonderful. Dr. Jericho, thank you so much. Again, some fantastic information.